good morning everyone. How are you doing today? I am Constance and thank you for joining me in the next episode of my English class. In this lesson, we are going to be talking about homophones, right? And homophones are words that sounds alike but are spelt differently. In this case, we have three different words, three different sets of words, right? Whale, whale, and whale. So they all sounds alike. So that is why they are called homophones. And number one, whale. What is WHALE? It's a fish. And you could remember that when you say whale watching, right? You could remember WHALE, whale, which represents or means a fish. So whale watching. And next meaning for the same word whale, having a good time, having a jolly time, having a joyous time. Alright? And here I have a ditto, which ditto represents or means a repetition. Alright? That's what ditto means. And this same word, whale, hitting something repeatedly or very hard. To hit something like a punching bag, or if you hit a person, you say you whale them with a hard knock. All right. So it means fish. It means having a good time, and it also means hitting something repeatedly or very hard. Now let's look at the second word whale, which is WALE. A rich or texture woven fabric such as a corduroy. I don't know if you guys remember what a corduroy material is, but it has a lot of ridges on it, right? So WALE, a rich or a textured woven fabric which has such as a corduroy, And next meaning for this word WALE, whale, thick plank running on the side of a wooden ship. A thick plank running on the side of a wooden ship. Alright? And here again I use a ditto, which is DITTO, ditto, which is horizontal band around a woven basket. It's an horizontal band around a wooden basket. What does a horizontal looks like or represent? Anything that is flat, right? So if you want to remember what position horizontal is, just consider yourself lying down. If you want to remember what vertical is, just remember trees. Tree grows up. So when anything that goes up is vertical, anything that goes flat is horizontal. So this is the horizontal part of the basket, alright? So it lays flat in the basket for them to continue with the weaving or weaving, alright? Okay, now let's look at our third word. WAILE. WAILE. A prolonged high-pitched sound. It's a prolonged high-pitched sound. Example, when they're having an airstrike. Alright, where it gives that sound that gives off, and a sound would be considered what? A thing. It's not a verb, it's a thing. Alright, so it's a sound that gives off when you're having a high-pitched sound, like when they're bombing up the place, right? When you're in war, or even when the fire truck goes off, right? So you would say a prolonged sound, some form of a siren, alright? A siren detecting that danger is around, or trouble is around. So a prolonged high-pitched sound such as that of an air raid siren, and keep in mind this is a noun. The next meaning of this word wail is a verb, which means to cry. Alright, somebody dies or somebody get into some form of emotional happenings, and they wail, they cry, they holler, they bawl. All right, so that is what that word wails mean. All right, so a cry of pain, of grief, or hunger. It's a it's a cry of pain, grief, or hunger. So wail, that is what the word wail means. All right, wail means. Again, I have used a ditto, and I've used this ditto in these three sets of words. Why? So you can know how to use them in your writing. You don't have to write out the word wail repeatedly. You could just use a ditto to represent that you mean the same word. So that is what this dash sound is. It's two strikes that is similar to a quote site, a quotation mark. That's a site, quotation mark. Sorry. So the third word, the third meaning for the word wail, wail, to give out a cry of pain, excitement, or pleasure. So it doesn't have to be danger or emotional, not emotional, but something painful or grieving. It doesn't have to be that. It could also be pleasure and excitement. People scream and shout in moments of excitement and pleasure. Example, in having sex, in winning the lottery. All right, you still wail in those moments of excitement. In seeing a child, in seeing the birth of a child, right, you get excited, you get pleasure from having those experiences. So wail doesn't have to be something of pain, grief, or anger, but it could also mean excitement or pleasure. All right, so look at these three sets of words. WHALE, which means a fish, or hitting something very hard or having a good time. Wail, tick plank, or something horizontal. All right, wail, which means to cry, whether it's for grief, pain, excitement, or pleasure. All right, so I hope you like this class. I hope this lesson has been and will be beneficial to you. My name is Constance. Please hit the notification bell so whenever I post the video, you will be the first to have it. All right, check my description box below for my merch. I have lovely t-shirts selling, I have books selling. All right, and check me out on Twitter. I would love for you to join me in my next class. Until then, bye bye.